what happens there becomes a reckoning. There becomes this two-part reckoning where the economic conditions have driven the majority of what would previously be customers, meaning businesses that are paying to have distribution on social media. Those economic conditions are driving towards this like high volume like AI content, right? Um, and then there will be this cultural reckoning that will happen as well, where we actually start to see these machine learning algorithms for what they are, and we reckon with the societal damage that they've caused. I think both of those things will reach an inflection point where social media in the way that we know it today will have to fundamentally change. It will absolutely fundamentally change. And, if I could give like my pie in the sky, like honestly, like a major part of my why with Pro Mode, I mean, this is kind of like very much like under the hood in my like deepest recesses of my desires. One of my primary whys with Pro Mode is that we usher in the end of social media in the way that it operates today. I really do hope that we are a part of the thing that makes this like societal capture come to an end. And so you might be thinking like, well, wouldn't that like put Pro Mode out of business if there's no social platform to put this content on? No, because one thing that we have learned is there is a way to do mass communication. So we'll never unring the bell of what social media has given us. And that is the ability to communicate with an audience that is interested in what we're doing, whether that's as an individual, as a business, whatever. I do not think that the idea of like full access to all of my data, all of my thoughts, all of my dopamine, all of my stress, like I don't think that people will abide by that anymore. So my hope is that a new business model in social sharing emerges where there is no ad revenue. It's not ad revenue driven. It's not data driven, but rather it is such a quality product that a business would willingly pay $100 a month, $500 a month to be on this thing. And then the revenue model for that social platform is simply, here is our algorithm. It is open source. You can see exactly how how we're manipulating your attention. It's plain English. Everybody could understand it. Everybody is entering into it with an agreement, full transparency. And I think any business would gladly pay a few $100 if it was just like, yep, everything you put out, everybody sees. And you can share with everybody. You can share with segments. You can, like, there is flexibility in how this thing works. We
Hmm.
don't control your content distribution. You put stuff out there. And so I don't think so like today, we're using AI for volume. Um, to your point about how new generations make buying decisions, I think like, again, this is like kind of going back to my more broad pie in the sky hope. My why for Pro Mode is that like right now we are addressing volume, which is a serious issue to be addressed. But really what I want businesses to become comfortable with with using AI to communicate things in all kinds of ways, whether that is super deep research, whether that is a chatbot that answers all of the technical specs that you would ever want to know about anything. Like it is, you are growing accustomed to feeding your company data into this AI model. And then the distribution channel for that can change. That's all good. And personally, I hope it does change. I hope that we move to a more transparent, open source, like subscription model, social sharing, um, and like networking. You know what I mean? where it's not necessarily like a tier you pay for a pro tier, but it is just like, no, to be on this thing as an individual, we have to run a credit card for $1 one time to prove that you're a human that has a
Mhm.
security number. And if you're a business and you want to be on this thing, it's, 50 bucks a month for a small business. It is 500 bucks a month for mid-market. And like you choose your audience segmentation. Everybody is opting into everything. They know what data is used. They know, like, and then you're using AI to really generate hyper specific, hyper useful information, uh, and provide real value to people. And so I think then it goes from like today we're addressing volume, which is today's biggest problem on these platforms. My hope is that tomorrow's biggest problem on these platforms will be quality of data. Like, I
Right.
hope that in 5 years, we're recording a podcast and we're no longer talking about 125 pieces of content a month. I hope we're talking about single pieces of bespoke content, a one-to-one. Like, we are
Mhm.
real time generating the most useful, helpful, non-salesy content. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm to give you an example of this, like, we work with some I'm so excited right now. Like we have some HVAC companies that we work with, and been working on some of their vector databases and stuff. I hope that one day, like, there is a user on this made up social media platform that is like, how do you change the air filter on a Linux CX834 thing? And that search is saved, it's saved in their cookies. And then this HVAC company delivers a step-by-step guide. Here's how to change your own air filter. Here's the filter that we recommend. And oh, by the way, when you're ready for service this spring, we got you. We actually know, because you were looking for the answer to this thing, we are the ones that provided the answer you needed today. And like, was this helpful? We'll come clean your ducts in the spring. Like, that is
Mhm.
my hope, is that it morphs from volume to high quality. Everybody is opted into the experience.